Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? Okay, so I'm back at y'all with another hit, another amazing story. Okay, now in this video, I would love to talk about Moonlight. Honestly, I didn't know if I wanted to really talk about this because Moonlight is just something beautiful. It really is, and I had to watch it for a class. If you guys, the people that watch me are like my content and like me as a person, y'all know I'm in college. I'm currently going to get my MSW. So in the process, I'm trying to be a social worker. So it's a whole thing. And I'm going through the process. And this was a movie that I had to watch for a class, and I had to break down the case and everything and different things that I would suggest, for the character, right? So I really got to watch the movie. I'm not going to talk about the social work piece of it. I'm just going to give you guys my opinion like I do. Y'all love when I do that. So I'm just going to give you guys my opinion because I really wanted to talk about this. And honestly, when you I don't know, when you have a channel or you have a platform where you could talk to people about things like your experiences, movies that you watch, different things, it's just absolutely amazing. So I love to come on here and talk to you guys about life as I'm experiencing it. When I experience a movie, I come and I talk about it. A show, I talk about it with you guys. My hair, anything. Y'all see me do face-to-face videos as well. I just been busy with school and everything, so I've been doing a lot of voiceovers. But y'all see me, go all around the board doing different things and such. So y'all know I'm gonna come on here and share my experiences with you guys, and we can exchange information and really get into the meat and potatoes. Okay, so this is about Moonlight. Okay, this video, it's about Moonlight, and I'm telling y'all, Moonlight is absolutely amazing. Okay, Moonlight is a love letter to, I would say, a black boy. It really is. Moonlight is just, I don't know. It's very amazing. I just recently reviewed the BMF show, and I talked about Kevin and everything. And I was like, man, I need to review Moonlight. So while I just did that video, let me just address Moonlight and talk about Moonlight and, get into it. Honestly, I would say this is a love letter to a black boy, period, but specifically to a black boy who is maybe not knowing or not lost, confused on who he is. The main character is a gay man. And he's going through that process, but it's not really so much about him being gay. I mean, there is a component of that to it, but it's so much about him. It's a coming of age story, coming to finding himself, not being confident in who he is, having to overperform as a black man, and be overly masculine, or what, society tells you masculinity looks like. So it's just a absolutely amazing story. Now, we meet our main character, who is Chiron. When he's younger, they call him Little. When he gets older, they call him Black, right? So he goes through these different stages, of his life. When he's real little, everybody calls him Little. When he's in high school, everybody calls him, Chiron. When he hits a certain point, everybody's calling him Black. It's like the name follows him as he develops, and we develop with him as a character. And when I tell you guys, this story right here, this story is just one of those stories. It's absolutely beautiful. It really is. How when he's younger, they're calling him names, calling him just a bunch of different slurs and different things, because he does have some, I would say he's not what society tells you a man is supposed to look like or arrive as. He's sensitive. He's not all boo, woo, 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 all masculine, big buff guy. And, he's not trying to present like that. He's, just being himself, standing up with his head up high, talking the way he talks. His mannerisms is in his own, all of these different things that society registers as being a gay person. He is not trying to be that. He just is what he is, and he's a beautiful boy, sweet, kind, and everything. And the society that he lives in, because he's grown up in the hood, and if I'm not mistaken, it's Miami, but it's the hood all the same. It's a lot of mess going on, people being addicted to different things, just like tough guys who are like, the D, I don't even know if I can say drug dealers, but that's what they are, in the neighborhood, and different things. And he's being teased, he's being bullied severely. There's one scene where he gets bullied, and I promise y'all, I was crying. I cried so bad. And I'm gonna tell you guys why I cry so bad. Like, he has a friend. His friend name is Kevin. He grows up with Kevin kind of from the time that they're kids to like when they get older, right? The character that plays Kevin in the high school, because the baby Kevin is not the same character that plays Kevin as in when he was in high school. The person that plays Kevin in high school is Corey Wise. And I call him Corey Wise. That's what I know him as. But Corey Wise, from When They See Us, right? But the real character, I believe his name is Jarrell Jerome, I think that's his name. Child, I could be wrong, but that's the character that plays Kevin. And he is so funny in his high school years, but like that person is Chiron, which is our main character. First sexual experience, like they kind of make out a little bit and like, touch each other and stuff. That's his first sexual experience. And right after that, the neighborhood bullies, or the bullies in the school, make him, Kevin, beat up Chiron like severely, like bloody, beat him up so bad. And like, I know this was a shift, something in that boy died, because a person that showed him so much love, a person that he thought that, they had like a cute thing going on. This is the person that like puts hands on him, like hit him and stuff. And it just really broke my heart. But Moonlight is a love letter to black boys. It really is. Like the visuals in it is absolutely breathtaking, right? And the person that comes to his rescue is Juan. And this guy acts as a father figure to him, which is like the neighborhood, dealer. And he steps into his life, really takes on, tells him like what it means. Like Moonlight is like black boys and, just beautiful things about it. He's the one that steps in the father role. However, he later on passes on, but we don't see that. They just tell us when he gets older that this happened. But it's so depressing. When I tell you, it was so depressing seeing that part happened. But that guy just stepped into his life and played the father role and just really held him down, really like made him feel cared for, made him feel love when he really needed somebody to love him and love on him and tell him that it's okay, that he is who he is and nothing's wrong with that. Whoever you decide to be, don't let society try to like down talk you and make you feel less than, call you all these different names, because they don't matter. It's who you know that you are. It's between you, you know what I'm saying, whichever religion you follow. You have to seek guidance, and all you can do is find it, your way. But y'all, this like Moonlight, it is something beautiful. It really is. It is very empowering. And I think it will empower. If you are one of those people that are like open-minded, you should watch it. But they have those males that are not really open-minded, and they, just, very, I would say phobic. Put a T on top of that. Put a G, like, what I'm saying, the people that are phobic, that are very like not accepting of seeing certain things. Y'all understand what I'm saying? This movie is not for you if that's how you're gonna have the energy that you're gonna have arriving. If you can just understand that this is somebody else's story and watch it with like a observative lens, I think this is the like a movie that you will really enjoy. Because at that, like I said, it's a component to it, but it's not the main piece of the movie is about, like, I would say, a coming of age story, how males find themselves and what society tells males that they need to be and exist as, okay? And what killed me, Chiron's mom was an addict, and oh my God, I've never ever like I really like, I don't know, I wouldn't say I never ever, but I disliked her as a character. I really did. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I really disliked her as a character because she stole from her baby. And I know like addiction is definitely a disease, but she stole from her baby and she was so mean to him. And like when he really needed somebody, she was nowhere to be found, only for her to later on become sober and then apologize to him and say, hey, I'm trying to be here for you, even though I was nowhere to be found when you needed me, and all of that. And I got that, but I was still upset with her. And I'm not him, so it don't matter what I think, but I was still upset with her. And then something else that happened is that Juan is the person who plays the father figure, Juan. He's the person that is there for, and for Chiron, and he's very sweet and very kind, and he's just there for him. However, he's also the individual that sells to his mom, basically, right? And his mom's the one that's calling him all of these slurs, and being very, very mean, and putting these negative things in her son's head. That's why I said I don't like her, because of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie to y'all, pretend like I like this woman. I didn't like her because of how she treated him, because it was unwarranted. He was such a sweet boy to her, loved her, everything. And like, she was still very disgusting. But so like, the mom tried to shame the person who was selling whatever to her, because like, he didn't know that, his people were selling to her. And he tried to stop it, like, yo, no, don't sell to her, whatever. And then she was like, why? Oh, you don't want my son to find out that you're selling to me, but that, you're trying to play best friend with my son, but you're like poisoning, or you're hurting me, trying to imply. She was trying to be very manipulative to him, and like, oh, stop. Like, he didn't know that you were buying from him. He was that, but he didn't know that you were buying from him. And that's not his fault. Either way, you're still doing something to your body. Like, you're still making a decision, or it's a disease. So I don't even want to say making a decision, but you're still doing what you're doing. But the way she acted in that situation, it was so hard for him to even be able to tell Chiron and even have a conversation with Chiron. It was a very hard scene to see him deliver that message. But even when delivering that message, he was very much still like so kind and so polite, and just broke things down into the simplest form for the young boy. Because that the way she terrorized, she added on to the pain that this young boy was feeling, and he had to adjust. Like, and every time he would like push back from adjusting, like, the world to say, you have to be this way, you have to look like this, you have to arrive and be present in this form, he would fight against it. Like, the world, the universe, or whatever would literally beat him back into submission. The society that he is present in would beat him back into submission, so much so that when he later on arrives in life, he is basically everything that Juan was. Juan, I keep calling Juan, but it has a J in his name. But Juan was the person who was a motivation to him. He becomes a dealer too. He becomes like all of these fake, perception of what you need to look like and how you need to arrive and everything. And I think that at the end of the movie, the part that stuck out to me that was just so beautiful is that he said to like Kevin, because they meet back up when Kevin is older and he's older. He says that, nobody's ever touched me since you. And I just thought that that was so beautiful. It was so beautiful because it was so sweet, because he was being so vulnerable. Like, you could tell he hasn't really like explored that piece of him, like himself, as far as dating, or his love, like him wanting to be with somebody, anything. Like, he didn't get that, because literally, like, his first experience was so disgusting. If I was him, I probably would not have want to experience or date or any of that nature. And as a grown man, like, oh my God, like, this movie is one of those movies that you will laugh, you will cry, you will more so cry than anything. You might have like some giggles here and there, but it's one of those movies that, like, I don't know, like, it's like it is very transformative. It, like, I heard that it got an Oscar, deserved one if it got one. This is one of the movies that really speaks to you. It really does. I really recommend any black gay men that are struggling with identity. This is the movie that you need to watch. Everybody needs to watch this movie, but if you're a black gay man specifically and you're struggling with your identity, this is the movie that you should watch, because it's so beautiful. It's a love letter to black boys as a whole, point blank, period. But the main character in it happens to be a gay man. But I don't even want to just restrict it to that. You just gotta watch it. It's one of those things that you're like, man, wow, like, it's beautiful, like, it's deep, like, it really, like, it's so much emotional, like, gain that you gain from watching. Like, it very much is like one of those movies or one of those shows that it really strikes you, really hits you, really, it's very important, it's very amazing, it's very all of these absolutely wonderful things that it is. And I just love this movie, and I really wanted to come and talk about it with you all. Y'all gotta check it out. Y'all really gotta watch it, because Moonlight, yeah, Moonlight, please believe me. And the main character, oh my God, not like black, Black, not, because he's little, then he's Chiron, then he's black. Black child. That was the guy that was in the Kelly Rowland Medea movie on Netflix. My Mia Copa child. Him, he's the main character when he becomes older, and y'all, he is such a snack. He is a beautiful man, and he's playing this. Oh my God, he plays this role so effortlessly. Everything about this role is beautiful. Like, I don't know. I love this movie. I absolutely adore this movie. And this is one of those movies where the system does another black boy wrong, because when he gets bullied and he gets beat up by those guys, he like knows that he has to either stand or fall. Like, you have to stand up for yourself. Like previously, how Kevin chose to like just end it all. He could have took that road, but he didn't take that road. He fought against it, and he was like, I'm gonna stand up for myself and I'm gonna fight this. But when he did, he ended up like hurting somebody, not like to where they went bye-bye forever, but like beating people up, and he went to jail, and that like started him a life of crime. Was a sweet, kind boy that all of these horrible things happened to, and he had to defend himself. However, he got penalized for defending himself, and it was one of those situations where the system fails. The system failed another beautiful, smart, amazing young black boy. And I just loved Moonlight. I really did. Like, I love it, and I really think y'all should watch it. I think that y'all would love it if y'all watch it. It's one of those things, like, it strikes a nerve. It is about, like, I would say, they had talk about people being in the hood and not having a lot of money and coming from humble beginnings, and maybe being different to where your sexuality is different. Anything like you are different, period, and people make fun of you because you don't look like the way everybody is told to look, or the way your peers look, and they fought you for it. They treated him really, really horrible, so much so that I wasn't really too much concerned about his sexuality, because it's what it was. That's his journey. I was more so concerned about how people were treating him because of his personal choice, point blank, period. And he never even spoke about it. He just was what he was. He wasn't going around saying, I'm gay, I'm this, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. He wasn't going around saying none of this. He just existed, and he just was who he was, and he got penalized for it severely, and it just was disgusting to witness. But I'm telling you guys, this is the movie that you need to watch. If you are in like need of a movie, or you like, girl, I don't know what I'm gonna watch, I need to watch some, I'm bored, or you at home, you taking a break, you trying to take a load off, whatever it is, this is the movie for you. Take your time, watch this movie. It really struck a nerve, really struck emotions out of me, and I think y'all gonna love it. Y'all gonna adore it. I loved it. I don't know. Y'all need to watch it, okay? But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about this movie. Please check it out. Moonlight, please believe me, you're gonna love it. Bye-bye.